What would happen if a badminton player trained their reaction time every single day for 30 days? At the highest level, a badminton shuttle can leave the racket at over 200 miles an hour, giving players an incredibly small window to react. So the question becomes, can an average player actually train their brain to react that fast, or is that just something you're born with? To find out, before day one even started, the player ran 3 baseline tests: a simple visual reaction test, a 6-point footwork sprint, and a defensive smash return drill. The numbers were written down and put aside. 30 days later, those same 3 tests would be repeated, exactly as they were on day one. No shortcuts, no different setup. Let's find out what happened in between. Week 1, your brain feels slow, and that's normal. If you've never done dedicated reaction training, the first few days will humble you. You'll drop a coach's rapid-fire shuttle feed, you'll lunge the wrong direction, and your feet will feel a full step behind your eyes. That gap between seeing something and reacting to it is called visual reaction time. And for many untrained people, simple visual reaction times are often around a quarter of a second. That might sound fast, but on a badminton court, a quarter of a second is the difference between a clean return and a shuttle bouncing past you. During week 1, simple drills like ball drops, where a partner drops a tennis ball and you try to catch it before it bounces twice, start waking up that connection between your eyes and your hands. It feels almost too basic to matter, but this is where the real recalibration begins. Week 2, your eyes start doing the work before your feet do. By the second week, something shifts. You start picking up cues earlier: the angle of your opponent's racket, the tilt of their shoulder, the split second before contact. Coaches call this anticipation, and it's just as important as raw reflex speed. Reaction training drills using randomized light or shuttle cues force your brain to stop guessing and start reading. Research on badminton players suggests that reaction training can improve visual reaction and movement performance, sometimes within just a few weeks of consistent drilling. Your footwork also starts syncing with your vision instead of lagging behind it. You're not just reacting faster, you're starting to react earlier, which in badminton is arguably even more valuable. Week 3, your split step starts to change. If you've watched professional badminton, you've probably noticed players doing a tiny hop right before their opponent hits the shuttle. That's the split step, and it's the foundation of fast reactions on court. By week 3, many players may find this hop becoming more automatic. Your body is already loaded and ready to explode in any direction the moment the shuttle leaves your opponent's racket. This is also when 6-point footwork drills, where you sprint to 6 marked spots around the court as fast as possible, start feeling noticeably smoother. Research on badminton footwork systems has shown that combining visual reaction cues with footwork drills tends to produce faster overall response and movement time than footwork drills alone. In simple terms, training your eyes and your feet together works better than training them apart. But here's where things get complicated. Around week 4, some players hit a wall, and it's not a physical one. Reaction training relies heavily on your central nervous system, the pathway between your brain and your muscles. Unlike a muscle, your nervous system doesn't just get stronger the more you hammer it. It gets fatigued. If you're doing high-intensity reaction drills every single day without any lighter days mixed in, your reflexes can actually start to slow down instead of speeding up. Players describe it as feeling mentally foggy on court, like their eyes see the shuttle, but their body responds a beat late. This is neural fatigue, and it's the reaction time equivalent of overtraining a muscle. So the surprising twist is that reacting faster isn't just about doing more reaction drills. It's about doing them at the right intensity and giving your nervous system time to actually absorb the training. So does that mean the 30-day challenge doesn't work? Not at all. It just means you have to train smart, not just often. First, prioritize quality over quantity. 10 sharp, focused reaction reps beat 50 sloppy ones where you're just going through the motions. Second, mix your stimuli. Don't just react to a dropped ball every day. Rotate between visual cues like a partner's racket angle, audio cues like a whistle or clap, and live shuttle feeds. This keeps your brain adapting instead of memorizing a pattern. Third, respect recovery. Just like muscles need rest days, your nervous system needs lighter training days where you focus on technique instead of maximum speed. Coaches often recommend high-intensity reaction work 2 to 3 times a week, with lighter footwork and control sessions filling the gaps. Then came day 30, the final test. The same 3 tests from day 1 were repeated. Same court, same setup, same challenge. On the visual reaction test, the numbers dropped from around 280 milliseconds down to around 230. On the footwork sprint, the time to touch all 6 points got noticeably shorter. And on the defensive smash drill, shots that once flew straight past were now getting returned cleanly. This time, the difference was striking. The movements were cleaner. The hesitation was gone. The split step happened earlier, almost before the shuttle left the racket. It wasn't that the training turned anyone into a professional overnight. It's that 30 days of the right kind of repetition had quietly rewired the connection between seeing and reacting. Now, it's worth saying, results like this vary from person to person. Some players adapt faster, some slower, depending on experience, consistency, and how well they balance intensity with recovery. But the pattern holds true across the board. Reaction time is trainable, it just isn't instant. The biggest lesson from 30 days of reaction training usually isn't about speed at all. It's that reaction time in badminton is built from three things working together: sharp vision, trained anticipation, and a nervous system that's been trained without being burned out. Elite players don't return the fastest shots in the sport by accident. They built that ability through years of layered technical, physical, perceptual, and tactical training. So if you're thinking about testing your own reaction time for the next 30 days, go for it. Just remember, the goal isn't to react to everything as fast as humanly possible every single day. The goal is to train your brain and body to work together so well that on court, it looks like you're seeing the shuttle before it's even hit.